All right, let's do this. Glasgow, Scotland. We're coming for you. You send us this article, top 10 places to visit in Glasgow.
From Narrative Nomad.
Right, on their Love Scotland Substack.
Yeah.
And wow, I'm already feeling inspired. Like, I need to book a flight, like right now.
Oh, yeah.
Glasgow, it's one of those cities you always hear about, but I don't know. I feel like we don't really know much about it, you know? This deep dive is going to change that, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about Glasgow. It's always kind of an Edinburgh shadow, but honestly, it's an amazing city in its own right.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So first up, the Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and Museum.
Oh, yeah. Kelvin Grove.
Now, you love museums, I know, so what's the big deal about this one? Besides, the fact that it's free.
Free is always good.
Always a plus.
Right. But, okay, so the Kelvin Grove, it's huge. First of all, over 8,000 objects. But it's not just about the size. It's the variety, too.
Okay, yeah.
You've got your masterpieces, of course. Big names like Dali's Christ of St. John of the Cross.
Mhm. Oh, I've seen that one. It's powerful.
It's iconic. Really mystical.
Yeah.
But then there's also Scottish art.
Mm-hmm.
Artifacts, natural history exhibits.
Wow.
They even have a Spitfire airplane hanging from the ceiling.
Wait, hold up. The Spitfire in an art museum. Okay, you've got my attention. And it's right in Kelvin Grove Park, too, right?
Wait, the park, yeah.
One of Glasgow's biggest parks.
It is.
So it's like culture and nature all in one.
Exactly. You can wander through the galleries, then just step outside, grab a coffee, enjoy the park. It's beautiful.
This is already sounding amazing.
Oh, and they even have live organ concerts sometimes in the museum.
Okay, stop. I'm adding that to my list. Organ concert at Kelvin Grove. That's happening.
Definitely do that.
Okay, what's next? Glasgow Science Center.
Okay, yeah.
Now, science museums, sometimes they're a bit, I don't know.
Hit or miss.
Exactly, but this one sounds different, more like exciting.
It is. It is. It's all about interactive exhibits, hands-on stuff.
Oh, cool. Like what?
Like they have this whole section on the human body, and you can actually see your own heartbeat projected on a giant screen.
Whoa, that's wild.
Yeah, it's about making science come alive, not just, reading about it.
I like that. I'm a hands-on learner for sure.
Me too.
Plus, they have a planetarium,
Yeah.
an IMAX cinema. They even do special workshops and events.
It's for the whole family,
Yeah.
Like you can imagine a family going there, spending the whole day.
Oh, totally. Building robots, learning about the stars together.
Exactly. It's not just for kids either. They have adult-only events too.
Yeah.
With like science-themed cocktails and stuff.
Okay, now you're talking science and cocktails. I'm there.
Right.
Okay, so we've had art, we've had science. I think we need some history now.
Okay, let's do it.
Glasgow Cathedral.
Yeah. Beautiful.
One of the oldest buildings in the city.
It is. 12th century. Can you believe it?
Wow, so old. So that means...
Back when Glasgow was just becoming a major city.
I bet it's seen so much history.
Oh, tons. And the architecture, it's amazing. Gothic style, those soaring arches, the carving.
It's even glass windows, right. They tell stories of the city. It's like visual history, the article said.
Yes. And there's this one, the Millennium Window. It was put in 2000. It's a modern take on stained glass.
Oh, cool.
It's got scenes from Glasgow's history, but also images of hope and peace. It's really beautiful.
I like that, mixing the old and the new.
Yeah.
So we've got the Grand Cathedral above ground, but then there's the crypt below, right?
Oh, yeah, the crypt.
That's where they buried some of Glasgow's most famous people.
Yeah, it's a whole other world down there. Dark, cool. You can really feel the history.
A bit spooky, maybe?
A little bit.
Here.
And if you're into that historical vibe, you can't miss the necropolis.
The what?
The necropolis, it's a Victorian cemetery. It's nearby. And the views of the city from there are amazing.
A cemetery, huh? Not usually my first thought for a trip, but I'm intrigued.
Oh, trust me. It's worth it.
Okay, so next up, the Riverside Museum. Now, I love a good transportation museum, and this one sounds really cool.
This is where you see Glasgow's industrial past come alive,
Mhm.
And the building itself is amazing. It's designed by Zaha Hadid.
Oh, yeah, the article mentioned that futuristic wavy design.
It's like a giant shimmering wave on the river. It's incredible.
I bet the building alone is worth the visit.
Oh, totally. But inside, it's even better. They've got trams, vintage cars, bicycles, locomotives.
Whoa, it's like a time machine of
Oh, yeah,
transportation.
it is.
Yeah.
But presented in this really modern, engaging way.
I love that they put it in such a modern building. It's like the past meeting the present, which seems to be a theme in Glasgow, right?
Definitely.
And it's free, right?
Amazing.
Seriously, Glasgow is killing it with these free museums.
It's amazing.
And the location is perfect, too, right on the Clyde Walkway.
Right on the river, yeah. You can walk or cycle for miles along the Clyde.
Perfect. So you can see the museum, then hop on a bike, explore the river. What a day.
It's the best.
And Speaking of exploring, that brings us to Merchant City. You've been to Glasgow, right?
I have, yeah.
What's the vibe like in Merchant City?
Oh, it's cool. Lots of energy,
Ugh.
cobbled streets, stylish shops, restaurants, art galleries, all in these beautiful old buildings.
Okay, I can picture it, wandering the streets, stopping for coffee, maybe checking out some vintage shops.
You'd love it.
And the nightlife is supposed to be good too, right?
Oh, yeah. After dark, Merchant City comes alive. Bars, clubs, live music.
Sounds like a good time.
It is.
So we've got history, shopping, food, nightlife. Merchant City's got it all. And it's right in the center of Glasgow, so you can walk everywhere.
Easy to get around.
Okay, this is shaping up to be an epic trip, but we need to talk about nature too, right? Glasgow has that too, I know.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you need a break from the city, the Botanic Gardens are perfect.
Botanic Gardens, always a good idea. Tell me more.
So they have this incredible collection of plants from all over the world, all in these beautiful glass houses.
Oh, wow. Like what kind of plants?
Oh, everything. It's like you can go from a tropical rainforest to a desert, all in one place.
That's so cool.
And they have the Kibble Palace, which is this Victorian-era glass house. It's stunning.
It sounds beautiful. I'm picturing something really grand and ornate.
You're spot on. It's amazing, filled with exotic plants, the perfect place to relax.
Okay, Botanic Gardens, check. So much to see in this city. I'm excited. Where to next?
Well, if you want something truly unique, you got to see the Glasgow necropolis.
You mentioned that earlier, the Victorian cemetery, right? With the amazing views.
That's the one.
Okay, I have to admit, cemeteries aren't usually my thing, but I'm getting curious about this one.
It's more than just a cemetery. It's like a piece of history.
Okay.
It opened in 1833, and there are over 50,000 people buried there.
Wow.
A lot of them are important figures from Glasgow's history. And the tombs and monuments, they're incredible, like works of art.
So it's like walking through a museum, but it's a cemetery.
Exactly. And those views, wow, you can see the whole city.
Okay, you've convinced me the necropolis is going on the list.
You won't regret it.
All right, so we've got art, science, history, nature, even a cemetery. What else does Glasgow have up its sleeve?
Well, if you're looking for something a little more high energy, you got to check out the OVO Hydro.
The what?
The OVO Hydro is one of the UK's biggest entertainment venues.
Oh, cool. Like what kind of venue?
It's this amazing modern arena shaped like an armadillo. They have concerts there, sporting events, exhibitions, everything.
Okay, so it's like a giant multi-purpose arena. I bet it's buzzing with energy during a big event.
Oh, yeah, the atmosphere is electric and the acoustics are great.
That's good to know.
And it's right on the river, too, so you can imagine people coming in by boat, the whole scene.
Glasgow is seriously impressive. I'm loving this. All right, we've got so much more to talk about, but I think we need a break.
Agreed.
Stay tuned for part 2 of our Glasgow deep dive. We've got lots more to discover.
All right, we're back, diving deeper into Glasgow.
I know, I'm already feeling overwhelmed in the best way possible. There's just so much to see and do in this city.
It's true, Glasgow packs a punch.
It does. So much to unpack. Let's start back at the Kelvin Grove.
The art gallery and museum, yeah.
I was just reading that the building itself has a really interesting story.
Oh, yeah, did you know it was originally built for the 1888 International Exhibition?
Wow, so it's been a cultural hub for, like, over a century.
Way over.
I love that giving these old buildings new life, it adds so much character.
It does.
And speaking of character, those stained glass windows at the Glasgow Cathedral, tell me more about those.
Oh, they're amazing. Each one tells a story, but there's this one dedicated to St. Mungo.
St. Mungo.
Yeah, he's the patron saint of Glasgow.
I did not know that.
Well, now you do. And the window, it shows scenes from his life, like the legend of the bird that never flew, the tree that never grew, the bell that never rang, and the fish that never swam.
Hold on, the what? That's a lot to take in.
I know, right? It sounds like a riddle.
It does.
But it's all about these miracles that St. Mungo supposedly performed. Pretty cool.
I love that, finding these little stories hidden within the bigger picture. Okay, I'm adding the St. Mungo window to my must-see list.
Definitely had that one.
Okay, now, you were saying before that the Glasgow Science Center is all about interactive exhibits. What else is there besides the heartbeat thing? That was pretty cool.
Oh, there's so much. But one that really stood out to me was the Powering the Future Zone. It's all about renewable energy and climate change.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but it's not just about learning the facts. You actually get to do stuff like design your own wind turbines and see how much energy they generate.
Oh, I like that. Getting people involved, making it hands-on.
Exactly. It's about making a difference, not just talking about it.
Okay, love that. So from the future of energy, let's jump back to the Riverside Museum. I'm still thinking about that Zaha Hadid building.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a spaceship landed on the Clyde.
It is. And the way it's designed, it really reflects the museum's theme of transportation.
Right. Those fluid lines, they're like the movement of a ship.
Yeah, I see it now. And what about inside? What are some of the must-sees in the collection?
Well, they have this amazing reconstructed Victorian street, complete with cobblestones and shop fronts. They even have a pub.
A pub in the museum.
Yeah. And you can walk through it, imagine what life was like back then. They even have actors in period costumes.
Oh, wow. So it's like stepping back in time.
It really is. And remember, it's all free.
Free. Can't beat that. Okay, Merchant City. You said it has this cosmopolitan feel. What does that mean in Glasgow?
Well, Glasgow's always been a very diverse city, lots of immigrants, different cultures, and Merchant City reflects that. You've got Italian restaurants next to Indian takeaways, vintage shops, modern design studios. It's all mixed together.
It sounds like a really vibrant mix.
It is. There's a real energy there. You can feel it as you walk around.
And the article mentioned that Merchant City is known for its independent spirit, like a real creative hub.
Oh, yeah. Tons of independent boutiques, local designers, artist studios, pop-up galleries. It's all happening there.
Okay, Merchant City is definitely on my list. Gotta soak up that creative energy. Now, Botanic Gardens, you mentioned they have plants from all over the world. Any particular standouts?
Oh, yeah. The rainforest biome in the Kibble Palace is incredible. It's humid, lush. They even have a waterfall, and you feel like you're in the Amazon.
Oh, wow. A rainforest in Scotland. Who knew? And after the rainforest, we can cool off with a walk along the Clyde Walkway.
Perfect. And you got to check out the Clyde Arc. It's a pedestrian bridge, but they call it the Squinty Bridge because it's tilted.
The Squinty Bridge? I love it. Okay, that's going on the list. Walk across the Squinty Bridge. Check.
It's fun, and the views are great.
Now, from modern architecture to a Victorian cemetery, the Glasgow Necropolis, tell me more about this. It's more than just a cemetery, right?
It really is. It's like stepping into a Victorian novel. You've got grand mausoleums, Celtic crosses, even Egyptian-inspired obelisks. It's wild.
Wow, so many different styles. That's fascinating.
It reflects the history of Glasgow, all the different influences that shape the city.
I love that. And all this history packed into one place, it makes you think, right? Cities are always changing, but they carry their past with them.
They do, and the necropolis is a beautiful reminder of that.
Okay, so from history to modern entertainment, the OVO Hydro, what kind of events can we expect there?
They have everything. Big-name concerts, Beyoncé, Bruce Springsteen, you name it. They also host sporting events like the Commonwealth Games were there a few years ago.
Wow, so it's a proper arena. I can only imagine the atmosphere during a big event.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Electric. And the acoustics are great no matter where you sit.
That's good to know. Okay, OVO Hydro, check. All right, we've explored the city, we've delved into history, we've even visited a Victorian cemetery. I think we need a bit of peace and quiet now.
I agree. Let's escape to Pollock Country Park. It's like Glasgow's green lung.
Okay, Pollock Country Park. Tell me more.
We're back, ready to wrap up our Glasgow adventure. Can you believe how much we've covered?
I know, it's amazing how much this city has to offer. Seriously. But I feel like we've given our listeners a good taste of what Glasgow's all about, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. We've hit all the highlights.
We have, from the Kelvin Grove, that amazing art gallery and museum,
Yeah,
to the Science Center, super futuristic,
totally.
the historic cathedral,
Of course.
and then Merchant City, so trendy.
So cool.
It's like Glasgow's got this perfect blend of history, culture, and innovation all in one.
It's a city of contrasts, that's for sure.
And we can't forget about those little hidden gems we talked about.
Oh, yeah, like what?
Like the St. Mungo window at the cathedral.
With all the legends and miracles?
Exactly, or the Victorian Street at the Riverside Museum. Those details, they make the city come alive, you know?
They do. It's all about the details.
And if you need a break from all the city buzz, Glasgow's got you covered.
Oh, for sure.
Imagine you're strolling through the rainforest biome at the Botanic Gardens.
In the Kibble Palace. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Or maybe you're cycling along the Clyde Walkway, soaking up the views.
Sounds perfect.
And for the adventurous types, there's always the necropolis, the Victorian cemetery.
Which is more like an open-air museum, really.
Exactly. It's a reminder that even in a modern city like Glasgow, history is always there, just beneath the surface.
It's layered, yeah, like a cake.
I like that analogy. And it's that layering, that mix of old and new that makes Glasgow so interesting, so unique.
You can have a cutting-edge experience 1 minute.
Like at the OVO Hydro.
Yeah, and then step back in time the next.
At Pollock House or the Burrell Collection.
Exactly. It keeps you on your toes.
So, dear listener, what stood out to you the most in this deep dive?
What sparked your curiosity?
Was it the art and culture, the science, the history, or maybe just the city's energy?
Whatever it was, we encourage you to go explore further.
Do your own research, dig deeper into those attractions that caught your eye.
Check out local blogs, websites, whatever you can find.
Glasgow is a city that rewards exploration. There's always something new to discover.
And we hope this deep dive has inspired you to do just that.
Well said. So on that note, we'll leave you with this final thought.
Okay, go for it.
Glasgow is a city of stories woven into its streets, its buildings, its people.
That's beautiful.
Go discover those stories, let them inspire you, and create your own Glasgow adventure.
Happy travels.
Until next time.